Assuming that we've got a keyguard that fits the keyboard nice and smoothly, nice and tightly, we're now going to look at how you mount this keyguard to the keyboard. We've already made some decisions before we started here about the fact that we'll have a large, thick tab on top, very rigid, that we can attach directly, and then we'll also have tabs on the sides and bottom that are much thinner and can be bent and attached to vertical surfaces instead. So we've got on hand some double-sided tape, and in this case, because we're mounting a tab that's being bent, we're going to also use a hairdryer on high to warm up the tab plastic to release some of the internal tensions and allow it to form that 90-degree angle better and forever. So the first step is going to be to take the key guard, and we're just simply going to bend the tab. So we're just going to take our hand and we're going to bend the tab down. You're going to hear a little pop, but that's perfectly okay. It may tear a little bit in a spot, especially some of the larger tabs, but that's okay. Bend all these down to about a 90-degree angle. I also could have put the double-sided tape on first, I guess. Then we'll take our double-sided tape and we'll tear off a piece that should be approximately as long as the tab. We'll put that on to each tab. If you have a long tab, try to use the entire surface of the tab. And you may need to come back with a scissors and trim off excess, which I will do. And repeat for every tab. Yeah, I think it would have been easier to do this prior to bending the tabs. Okay, we have double-sided tape on the underside of every tab. And now we'll carefully put the keyguard in place. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and press this big tab down. And we'll come back and press each of the side tabs down. Now they're going to lift if we don't take another step. They're going to lift over time if we don't do something to relieve the stresses in the plastic of having bent it. And we'll do that just by warming up the plastic with the hairdryer. And sometimes what you'll even find is that this little white area here at the top, which is where the stress occurred in the plastic, that will actually change color back to the color of the plastic. So run high, go in here. Don't burn yourself. So you can see that happened more in this case than it did in this one, but the important thing is we warmed up the plastic enough to relieve a lot of the internal stress of that bend. And we'll just do that everywhere. don't want to do it too much that edges start lifting up, but it's interesting. I just discovered I didn't put double-sided tape on this one. All the more reason, I guess, to put it on when it's still flat before you bend it. Okay, let's put that back down. And back to the hairdryer. That should really be enough. You'll still be able to remove it if you need to, but it shouldn't lift anymore on its own. We're all done mounting. If there are none of these vertical surfaces, if you're applying your double-sided tape just to horizontal surfaces, well then there's no need for the hairdryer and everything will just go on pretty nicely.